Hey guys, Noah here. I'm doing the vlog kind of late tonight. I'm going to try and again make more eye contact with the camera this time. Um, Today has been a heck of a day. This morning, like I mentioned the other day, I was just going in to get tires fixed, and it turned into a 6-hour nightmare where there was a dead battery, so the battery had to get replaced, and then we found out the serpentine belt had come off the pulley, so now that has to go get fixed. And by the end of this saga, which started around noon, 12:30 today, I still do not have the new tires on my car. They're already paid for, bought, but Walmart still hasn't put them on yet. So ended up getting the car towed. Thank God for AAA. One of those things you pay like $90 for a year, and all that towing was free. But yeah, I digress. I got it towed to a mechanic, so they're going to get the serpentine belt put back on the pulley and fixed, because it was literally like torn in half. They're going to address the leaking water pump that I have, so I'm probably going to get a water pump replaced too. And then, hopefully, after all of that, with the new tires I have at Walmart that I just paid $200 for, that still have not been put on my car, I will be able to drive my car back from the mechanic to Walmart to get the tires put back on, or the new tires put on. The reason I'm kind of telling you this story is that I notice already kind of a change in my demeanor after starting this vlog series. It was a very stressful day. I'm not gonna lie. I was horribly stressed out, under a lot of pressure because of all the things going wrong with my car today, and now the windows won't roll up, so we're gonna have to figure that out too. Sometimes it's hard for us to roll with the punches, especially when stress is such a big trigger for a cycle. Thankfully, I've been taking my meds the way I should, and trying, emphasis on trying, to eat better, and hopefully that will help too. As you can see by the time this goes up, the sleep part is not so good, but I did sleep in pretty late this morning, and I'm hoping that I'll be able to sleep in pretty late tomorrow morning to kind of make up for how late I'm going to be up tonight. It's kind of helped put things in perspective for me, being able to talk to a screen, or pretend it's another person. Helps me not feel, I guess, quite so alone when I'm dealing with these problems. Thankfully, I have an amazing mom who's going to help me, get my car stuff settled, because as she put it, I have to have a car. Right now, I'm living with my sisters. They're my roommates, and they don't drive, so I'm kind of the as well as my twin's fiance, kind of the only other person in the house who drives. So anywhere anybody has to be, it's either got to be me or him. And with one car, it doubles the difficulty now. Hopefully, I'm going to call the mechanic in the morning, since I dropped it off after they were closed. The mechanic will be able to get the car in and seen and fixed relatively quickly. A serpentine belt's not a super difficult job to do, but I'm not confident enough in my skills to do it. And I'm definitely out of my league on changing a water pump. I have to take off like the top of the engine and tear into it, really do change the water pump. So fingers crossed that'll get fixed. Hopefully they'll know what's wrong with the windows on the car, or at the very least be able to pick the windows up and keep them in an upright position, because right now they're stuck down. I'd much prefer them to be stuck up. at least with the possibility of rain or a rabid raccoon getting in my car. That would suck. Part of it's just trying to laugh through it. One of my sister's friends showed me a really cool meme that was from the old Shrek movie, and it was saying, going to get a car part fixed or getting your car worked on, and telling you have another problem. And it was Shrek saying, "Quest, I'm already on a quest." So it was one of those days where everything was kind of going screwy. But trying to remember to stay positive and not let it beat me down too bad. I'm looking forward to next Saturday. It's right before Halloween, and I'm gonna get to hang out with a bunch of cool people, a lot of friends. Hoping that I can get some schoolwork done tomorrow and embrace that power of productivity thing I was talking about. I'm working on my degree in math education, and I have all my math classes done now, so now it's just the education classes, and those are still, they're not hard, but they're boring. I'm not a fan. I hope that you guys, when you have similar days where it feels like everything's just falling apart or it's being stressed, will be able to kind of laugh at things, to enjoy, kind of the humor or the irony of just everything all at once. I always say I can either laugh or cry, and I'd much prefer to laugh. I guess a piece of advice is if you have people you can turn to, a support group, definitely do it. My sisters are amazing about kind of lifting my mood. And then back to getting lost in your hobbies, I had a little video game binge session, which is kind of a rarity for me. These days I'm usually pretty tired when I get home from work, and I don't get the chance to kind of binge game the way I used to. So it was cathartic. I got to play Fallout for a good little bit. If you guys haven't played it, it's a great game. And I'm planning on starting to kind of stream some of my Magic content. With this, I feel like I need to, I guess, put myself out there more. Part of the reason I want to do these videos in the first place is I felt some sort of responsibility, or more like a desire, both actually, to be an advocate or to help people kind of in my situation who are suffering with bipolar disorder, or honestly any mental illness. It's not just specific to bipolar disorder. To feel like they're not alone, to feel like that someone is out there who's thinking about them and caring about them, and hopefully some of my rambly advice is actually somewhat decent and people can enjoy it and really kind of take it to heart. One of my friends, Alex, who hopefully has been able to watch some of the videos, is great, and she's really kind of helped put a lot of things in perspective for me when I wasn't always able to. And I know that she's kind of had a history of depression too, and she's been a great help. My sister, who battles anxiety pretty constantly, and it's pretty severe anxiety, tends to make me feel more at ease and to put things in perspective. And I know my mom, my dear mother, has been through a lot in her life, and she's always able to kind of help me see the brighter side, and that I'm not alone. And I've been actually surprised at how much interest some people have had about wanting a link to kind of the vlog channel. So it's been really empowering and kind of exciting that people want to hear, I guess, about my day or what I have to say. I know that a lot of us, when we were younger or maybe now, struggle with coping mechanisms that maybe aren't the best. I've talked to friends and people who were diagnosed that struggled with drug abuse, substance abuse, self-harm, a lot of cutting. And I myself have engaged in both substance abuse and self-harm in the past as ways to kind of cope with emotions that I didn't really understand. And now that I'm older, I'm able to kind of put things in perspective and cope with them in a healthy way instead of an unhealthy way. I think the next video I do, I'm actually going to talk a little bit about my hospital stay, because that is one of the, I think, highlights of kind of the turnaround for me. It sounds like it would be one of the worst parts of my life, maybe, or one of the lowest moments of my life. And in some aspect that's true, is it was one of the lowest moments, but it was also the moment that kind of turned things around. It was a critical point, to use a little bit of math lingo. In calculus, there's this discussion about maxes and mins, and with relative minimums, you talk about looking at the sign of the first derivative to determine if it's a max or a min. You look at where the first derivative is 0, and that would be the location of your max or your min, and then you determine whether or not the derivative is changing from negative to positive, which indicates a minimum, or positive to negative, which indicates a maximum. So in a lot of cases, you can only turn around you can only turn around to the positive at your lowest point. So that's something to kind of be happy about in the midst of turmoil. And that was probably one of the nerdiest things I've ever said, and the most confusing. I apologize for how unprofessional these vlogs are. I really just kind of do it at the spur of the moment. It's 12:46 right now, and I figured I should make one for the day. But I hope that as you guys stick with me, and as I stick with this, I get a little bit better at speaking about what's on my mind, a little bit better at making eye contact, and make these vlogs a little bit more, not professional necessarily, but make them candid but more refined. So I appreciate you guys for watching, and keep an eye out for the next video. I think that tonight's going to be one where I film them back to back, because I'm going to talk about my hospital stay in the next video. But I'll see you guys next time.